Stars up in the sky tonight, and I.
Such a great journalist. The Leonard Cohen book is, there's multiple biographies of Leonard Cohen. Yours is just the greatest book. I mean, it's so well put together and researched and so lovingly written. Your work for Mojo is just always really great. You can open up a Mojo magazine if you start reading it, and if the article is awesome, 9 times out of 10, it's written by Sylvie Simmons. She's blushing again. Or it's just hot in here. Anyway, the new album is called Sylvie, and we've got a track queued up. Why don't I play a track off of it, and then we'll come back and maybe you can do a song live. We'll do a little more yakking about the process and stuff.
Great.
This one is called You Are in My Arms. It's Sylvie Simmons off the new album.
There's a million stars up in the sky tonight, and I have wished on everyone. The air's sweet and warm, the waves caress the shore, and the tears in my eyes on first sorrow, they're through joy, 'cause you are in my arms. You are in my arms. The moon is floating on the water tonight, and I am drowning in your kiss. Sometimes it seems we're living in a dream, and the tears in my eyes on first sorrow, they're for joy, 'cause you are in my arms. You are.
Very pretty. That's off the new album Sylvie, and it's called You Are in My Arms. Sylvie Simmons here with us, and yeah, how cool to make your first recording. You did it with a good producer and recorded on a tape. Right?
2-inch tape live, yes, absolutely no digital safety net, which is terrifying for your first time.
Well, they have an erase button, right? You can just
They didn't tell me about that one.
So most of it was done live?
Yeah.
And where's the studio at?
It's out in Tucson, Arizona, where Hal Gelb lives and where he has a really great group called Giant Sand that have always had a very high profile over in Europe and the UK, maybe a little less in the US.
Mm-hmm. Hal Gelb opened for Rodriguez, who is another Light in the Attic recording artist. They did a show at the Warfield.
I was there.
Were you there?
Yeah, I went backstage and, hung out and saw Rodriguez, and he said, hello. He has this enigmatic way of talking. One word is enough, and then wandered off.
I was surprised at how little he seemed to be affected by the fact that he had all these adoring people around there listening to his music. He just was like he was at a bar gig or something. And in the nice theater, the Warfield, he just seemed very kind of detached almost.
Well, I think so. I think he had put together almost a bar band. It was a sort of very young band, very, very interesting. It was a cowboy song, and I thought, for heaven's sake, I'm not a boy. I want to sing a cowgirl song, and I couldn't think of one. And so I kind of wrote one. And this is called Lonely Cowgirl, because there just seemed to be a theme on this album. And as I also mentioned on the radio, I had this email from somebody, or a Facebook message that said, you can't sing about cowgirls, you're British. Well, we got cows. Lots of cows. We've got very good cheese. So I want to be sponsored by the Cheese Board of Great Britain. I'm going to mention this as often as I can until I am. This is called Lonely Cowgirl. And you have to imagine that there's going to be a really lovely guitar solo in here, which doesn't exist, and also a backing vocal. Heartbreak vocal. Stars up in the sky. Just make me think of your beautiful eyes when the sun comes up and the fire dies. Gonna be moving on. I'm just a lonely cowgirl out here on my own. I'm just a lonely cowgirl who can't find my way home. Well, I've seen a lot of cowboys. Some have kept me warm through the night, but I'll never meet a cowboy who could make all this alright. I'm just a lonely cowgirl out here on my own. I'm just alone.
That is so sweet. Sylvie Simmons is here in the studio playing, and that's a song off of her new album, Sylvie. Now, how much traveling do you do as far as like your writing goes for the reviewing that you do and stuff?
Very little compared with the good old days, and it's mostly, the good old days means any time from 1977 till about 1990. These days it's a bit less. The last interview that I did that involved quite a lot of travelling was the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young cover story in Mojo that I wrote fairly recently.
That was a great one.
And because everybody wanted to be spoken to individually in different parts of the country. So that was some nice travel. And mostly I've been
Where did you talk to Neil Young? Where?
Well, Neil is, of course, local. He's the local boy. But I went to Seattle at one point to speak to David Crosby. He doesn't live there, but they were getting some sort of award up there. And so I was able to get him there. And Stephen Stills is down in LA. So I wasn't travelling off to the Bermudas or to Graham Nash's Hawaiian home, which probably would have happened if I was writing that article in 1980 rather than in 2014.
In some of your early writings you did, you wrote for a heavy metal publication? Or
I did. I'm proud to say that I was on the road with Black Sabbath when I was knee-high to a chair. And they were so sweet. They gave me my own little tour bunk and told me that the rules applying to the toilets for men on tour buses would not apply to me. And they were really completely gentlemanly, and a lot of the metal bands are. I had a less pleasant experience on the road with The Clash at one time. So.
Wow. So, and is that the music that you were digging at the time? Were you a heavy metal fan?
Well, not really. I kind of, because of my age, because I was raised in the 60s, and in inner London, there was this complete kind of, almost like a conveyor belt of the most wonderful music in the universe coming past me from the second that I was aware of music. So starting with the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, the Kinks, all the British ones, then we would be getting Bob Dylan and Joni Mitchell and Neil Young and so on and so on. And I should also say that I loved Led Zeppelin, who are not a heavy metal band, but certainly know how to rock.
Certainly.
So I had my rock side.
Right. Well, I got to ask you about Leonard Cohen. When did you meet Leonard, and how did you end up writing that terrific biography?
Leonard. Oh, my great! This was a great one. Actually, the first time I heard Leonard, one of my favourite of Leonard Cohen's. It's 4 in the morning, the end of December. I'm writing you now, just to see if you're better. New York is cold, but I like where I'm living. There's music on Clinton Street all through the evening. I hear that you're building your little house deep in the desert. You're living for nothing now. hope you're keeping some kind of record. Yes, and Jane came by with a lock of your hair. She said that he gave it to her the night that she planned to go clear. Did you ever go clear? Well, the last time I saw you, you looked so much older. Your famous blue raincoat was torn at the shoulder. You've been to the station to meet every train, and then you came home without Billy Marley, and you treated my woman to a flake of your life. When she came back, she was nobody's wife. Well, I see you there with a rose in your teeth. One more thin gypsy thief. Well, I see James away.
I got to ask you something about the album, the tracks on the album. The Midnight Cowboy and Midnight Cowboy Reprise, is that from the movie, or is it original?
No. This was a song that I wrote. I was sitting there strumming that song Lonely Cowgirl, and I was feeling a bit sorry for my lonely cowgirl, so I thought I would kind of find her an imaginary cowboy to play with. And Midnight Cowboy sort of popped out because I saw on my DVD collection Midnight Cowboy, so completely different. It's another. It was quite a sweet song, if I say so myself. Or if I'll see you again. I'll remember to forget. Who knows when we'll ever pass this way again? Maybe I'll see you then. Midnight Cowboy, you can stay all night.
Thank you so much, Sylvie.
Thank you.
It is such always a pleasure to have you here, and you just deserve all the good luck that you're getting.
Thanks. I love this studio.
Yeah.
This spot. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. Wish that it would go and let me cry and faint, and let me be alone again. The only boy I ever loved has gone away, looking for a brand new start. Little did he know that when he left that day, the motherfucker took my heart. Rain, won't you tell me, does that seem fair? For him to steal my heart away when he don't care. I can't love another when my heart's somewhere far away. Do 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 do. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. Wish that it would go and let me cry in pain, and let me be alone.